Man, it's good to be with you guys. I got to tell you, I've been locked into the crypto space all day long. And regardless, I'm making this video on October 16th. If you're watching this video any days after, this video is still going to be relevant for you. So, what I need everyone to do as you guys are watching this video, I know so many people come back to this channel every single day. Do me a solid, hit the like button, engage with this post because I want this to reach the masses. This includes the people who will come into crypto after us. And I just want to give you guys my raw thoughts on where we are right now. So many different emotions when you go on the timelines of X and CT, as they call it, and anywhere. I mean, it just feels like there's just so much going on. Is it bearish? Is it bullish? What's happening? I'm going to tell you guys what it feels like to me. But before I get into all of that, let me just position this entire conversation in saying this. I am prepared for any scenario. And this is something I stress to my entire audience all the time. Always be prepared for any scenario because none of us are that smart to have it all figured out. None of us are that smart to know exactly how this is going to go, right? We could be correct, we could be wrong. Regardless, have a plan. So right now, I've got some stable coins on the sideline. I got a lot of my portfolio in Bitcoin, Ethereum, the two big horses. And then I've got some altcoins. If we enter a bear market, I'm prepared. I've got cash on the sidelines. I've positioned myself correctly in that I'm not in only high risk assets and crazy altcoins that won't do anything, that might not even be here a week from now. I'm not doing that. If we go into a parabolic run or we go into some type of upward trajectory, I'm prepared for that. I'm positioned, right? So let me just tell you that right out of the gate. Be positioned for any scenario. That is the number one way to succeed in crypto in order to survive, because there will be times like this when everybody's running for the hills and there's a lot of noise out there. But I want to dive into the markets. Let's get into it. If you haven't hit that like button, you haven't subscribed, definitely do that as well. We've got our Patreon link down below too. If you want access to my entire portfolio, we got a live call tomorrow. We are live tomorrow on the air at 9 a.m. Eastern. That is for private members only. I'd love to have you over there. Check out the Patreon if you're interested. Now it's all about value because I want to get into what's going on right now in this market. I've got so many things to get into, so many things I could talk about. Bitcoin is hovering right now at 108. A lot of people are freaking out. Why? Because we're sitting on a crucial line of support right now. This is a multi-cycle. This line of support has been here throughout 2025. And in saying all of that, that's why people are freaking out, because if we dip back down, it could be over, right? It could be done with. That's what people think. Now, do I think there's a chance for us to go down a little bit more in the intermediary? I do. My thesis right now, generally speaking, is that the big washout that we saw Friday, while it was, I think a targeted attack, I think it was planned because they want to reset the deck. They wanted to, absolutely rip the tablecloth out and everybody's glasses and chicken and their rice and everything goes flying. And now they want to reset the table. I think Bitcoin has a great chance to go up from here when we look out into the next 4 to 6 months. 180K, somewhere in that range, maybe to 200,000. Some people are calling 250,000. Again, I'm not good enough to give you guys, it's going to be 237,000 and then that will be the bear market. Like, nobody is. 180 is kind of a general statement based on where we've seen Bitcoin go in previous cycles. Usually we go through two different types of movements with Bitcoin in a bull market cycle. We get the stair step up, which we've been in right now. Then we get a little correction zone and then just a parabolic move before we come back down. Ethereum is barely set all-time highs, right? A lot of the altcoins have been stagnant. Sure, we've set some new all-time highs with BNB. We got close with XRP, but not really. We haven't found price discovery. Solana, we barely got there. Cardano, we haven't got there. Chainlink, not even close. Stellar, squeeze a new coin. HBAR, no. I mean, we can go through this list. A lot of these altcoins have not made their real move yet. And we know that toward the back half of the year in 2021, it really didn't start until late October. That's when things really got cooking. Same thing last year when we got the altcoin push in 2024. So I still think our setup is really, really good if we're positioned in the right things. I think the no-brainer right now is Ethereum. The no-brainer to me is Ethereum because it's sitting here in a perfect spot. It's sitting here primed and ready. It has the institutional interest, but I want to go over here to ChatGPT because I was searching something earlier that I think is really important, right? When we look at a couple different things related to the ETFs, okay? If we come over here to the ETFs, where was I at earlier? Hold on, I'm going to get there. I was searching a lot of stuff today, as you guys can tell. Our next line for ETFs, I can't remember where it was actually. Oh, it might have been on this page. Here, it was on this page. That's why. Actually, forget it. I don't even know where the hell it is. It doesn't matter. I remember. The next line of ETFs are very simple. It's XRP, Solana, and Litecoin. XRP, Solana, and Litecoin. These to me are very fascinating because I think they could be institutional darlings. We've seen what they've done with Bitcoin. They want to control the price of Bitcoin now because of ETFs. Look at how much supply the BlackRock has now, and MicroStrategy, and all these big billionaires and trillionaires. I think they're going to do something similar with a certain segment of the market. We know XRP, Solana, and Litecoin is actually up next. Now, I talked a lot about Litecoin today, and I actually invested in a Litecoin today for the first time ever. I'm invested in Litecoin, and it's strictly because the fundamentals look great, the technicals look great, and it makes a lot of sense as to why the institutions would want this. I made the analogy today, but Bitcoin is Budweiser, Litecoin is Bud Light. You got Bud Heavy and Bud Light, and why wouldn't they want a piece of a $7 billion market cap that is basically Bitcoin? I mean, it's basically Bitcoin, it's similarly structured. But anyways, I think we're going to have another run. And if I'm right, the key is you need to be prepared for that to happen. Need to be prepared with price targets in mind, because no matter what right now, every altcoin that I'm invested in, and that's everything that's not Bitcoin, it is a trade for me. That means at some point, I am going to sell that asset back for stable coins and or Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the only asset right now, today, on October 16th, 2025, that I can confidently say is a 10 plus year asset hold for me. I'm convinced on Bitcoin. I'm not yet convinced on any other asset for the long term. Do I play them in the intermediary? 100%. 100%. But I will be taking profits if we get back into this run at some point the next 4 to 6 months, which I think right now is likely. I will be taking profits on everything. And being in some type of stablecoin position, cash position, is going to be fruitful once the bear market comes. There will be some type of bear market, and most likely it will come when you least expect it. This is why when certain assets that you own in the altcoin market hit different levels, you've got to get out your money, whether that's in one swoop or you want to DCA your way out at certain, troughs, whatever that plan looks like for you, you got to have one. But there's too many things lining up right now for me to get bearish on the market. Let me just give you a few of them. For me right now, the reasons why I don't think we're entering a bear market, we're still seeing ETF inflows. We're still seeing money come into this market from the institutions. And that is something I'm going to be watching very, very closely. If that money starts to dry up and doesn't start to, come into crypto, and we don't see the inflows like we've seen for a very long time, I'll get a little bit worried. But the things we have working in our favor is we have future rate cuts still on the horizon. This is a very, very bullish thing for the markets. Ending quantitative tightening. This is a very bullish thing for the markets. We're seeing gold creating new all-time highs almost every single week. This is very, very good for risk on assets. We've got talks about peace in the Middle East. We've got a potential China deal coming. We've got more clarity coming for crypto regulation as a whole. We got more clarity coming on the macro as a whole. A Russia deal might be coming, but everybody's running for the hills and dumping Bitcoin. So to me, it just doesn't add up. It doesn't feel like a top signal just yet. I think it's the final shakeout before the breakout. I'm going to make an updated video. If anything else changes, again, everybody's just trying to figure this out on the fly. I'm not claiming to have all the answers here. I'm just trying to give you a strategy that can help you win, and B, really get you to the point where you can create your own thesis here, create your own strategy and plan and be positioned for anything that could happen to us, because it's all on the table, right? But right now we are clinging to that $108,000 level. We're going to be watching that very, very closely. If you guys come into the Bitcoin chart here, let me show you this. Let me go to BTC on TradingView real quick, and I'll show you guys exactly what we're talking about with this 108 level real quick. Let me share my screen back with you here. There you go. So if you look here where we are, okay, this is the daily on Bitcoin. We came down right to this level here in August. Look, this is 108 right in here. We shot back up to 117. Came down to 108 here in late September, set a new all-time high to 126. You want a crazy thing to consider as I'm making this video today, October 16, 2025? 10 days ago, we set Bitcoin all-time highs. 10 days have gone by. We had the big liquidation event on Friday, and people feel as if like the sky's falling. You can't get too caught up in these emotions, right? You got to have a long-term plan. It's going to allow you to see things clear. But this right here, coming down here now for really a fourth time, because if you call this scam wick that happened on Friday, whatever you want to call that, but really, truly 3 times here, since late August. So this is a big test for Bitcoin. Is there a chance that we can come back down and even retest this level right in here, 100,000? There is. As long as we don't break 97, we're structurally okay. Once we break 97K, that is like not good at all. But right now, as we sit today, I don't think this thing's over. With all of the macro things that we mentioned just recently happening in our favor, I think they had to clear the table, and now they're trying to reset it, and they don't want retail in the game. They want to win all for themselves. That's my 2 cents. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Again, every single Friday, we're doing live calls on Patreon. We'll have one tomorrow. If you're watching this video today, we'll have it tomorrow. Love to have you guys on there. You'll get full portfolio access, ton of great perks, great community. I'm sending multiple messages over in the Patreon every single day right now, and really would appreciate you guys to check that out. And of course, just come back to the channel. Watch the content. We put out multiple videos for you guys every single day as well. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next video.